Okay, we'll start. Okay. Everyone, welcome to Kol Shira in partnership with Breslov.org. I want to wish everyone a Gemar Chasim Tova and thank everyone for joining us. And we're learning Hilchas Beis HaKnesses, Halacha Hey, and we're up to letter Chav Dalet. So let's take it away. Here we go. So we were studying the past few weeks the idea of the tzaddik that goes in the way of pshitas, right? The tzaddik does things in a simple way, and then we can relate to the tzaddik and we can connect to the tzaddik. Because when the tzaddik is acting the way the tzaddik acts in his avoid, in his tefillah, his Torah, so we feel no connection because what do I have a connection to that? But when the tzaddik goes for a walk and the tzaddik goes to eat and it is I also eat, I also go for I did this, so we feel connection with the tzaddik, so we can so to say relate to the tzaddik. Kikol the bully amachshav is rois was all of the confusion of our thoughts, the bad thoughts that we have in our minds, these bad thoughts. Hey mechinas akmumius va'akmus the sitra acher d'rachman. That's from the crookedness. Akmumi is the crookedness. Akum is crooked. The crookedness from the sitra acher. He's trying to lead us astray. He puts these crazy ideas pops into our heads. This is a great teaching that we have. We have to remember this idea regularly, that the Sitra is going to try to put cuckoo thoughts in our heads. To know that, to be prepared for it. Because the machshava is there, right? And we can, it guides us to what we're going to do. So in other words, he tries to put a thought in our head so that we will go do the wrong thing. And he wants to draw us astray. And here's what this is a very important klal. It's impossible for anyone to have two thoughts, to be thinking two thoughts at the very same time. You can have multiple thoughts in your mind, but you can only concentrate on one thought at a time. You can't think of two things at once. It's a very important klal. And I use this example with computers today, right? So today you have computers, they have a single processor or a double micro or a quad processor. Why does a computer, which is so strong, so powerful, so powerful in calculating, why should a computer you should have to have different microprocessors? One microprocessor will do anything you need. But it can't. So if you say like this, so if a computer, which the microprocessor is so advanced that I wish my mind can work like the microprocessor. I wish it could work that way. But even a computer can't do two tasks at one time. So for sure, my mind can't understand two things at one time. I like to take always something that's of technology that we can understand today to plug it in, the mushal for the nimshal of what we're learning. Some people will say, sometimes they'll argue and they say, well, I can think of two things at once. No, you can't. You can have many thoughts in your mind at one time, but you can only focus on one thought at a time. The Rebbe says, look, so let's say a person, all his life, he was going and he was thinking the wrong things. He was living his life that way. And so he's thinking, how can I have it change? This is who I am. How can I change that?
No, but what would make him think that he wants to change?
Well, no, because he learned something like this. He understands. Okay. He understands that it's the sitra acher that's leading him astray. So he said, "Wait a second. I've been falling for this hook, line, and sinker for so many years, for such a long time. So how is it possible that I'll change?" But we have bechira. That's our free choice. What we're going to think about. We could take the thought and we can force it to go the right way. In other words, don't think that just because I've been going a certain way all my life is finished. No, chas v'shalom. Chas v'shalom. That's what bechira is. We have free choice. And the free choice is, what am I going to think about? What am I going to do? That's our bechira. See, bechira is not necessarily always in the situations that we're put in. A person will find himself in a situation. The bechira is, how do I deal with the situation I find myself in? Like if a person is going to go, for example, a person is going to go to shul, or he's not going to go to shul. That was determined min hashamayim. There's nothing you're going to do. You're not going to change that.
Yeah.
But now, let's say the person is home because he couldn't go to shul. So what does he do now? That's his bechira. So do I say, well, it says I couldn't go to shul, so why should I bother davening? No, okay, I couldn't go to shul for whatever reason it is. There's 6 feet of snow outside. There's a big storm. There's a tornado. There's a hurricane. Or whatever. There's things going on that are beyond his control.
Right.
So now what do? Do I make the best of it? So what does Shulchan Aruch say? If you can't go to shul, you daven. No, you're supposed to daven in the house, but daven the same time the shul is davening.
Okay.
Daven the same time. So let's say you normally daven at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
So that morning, be ready and start davening at 7 o'clock. I can't get to the shul. That's not my problem.
Yeah.
I want to go. I can't go. There's an obstacle that I can't overcome to get there.
Yeah.
So Hashem wants to see, am I going to be upset now because of this? No. Why should I be upset? So the Sidrach is going to put into the person's thought, that listen, if Hashem really wanted your tefillah, he'd let you go to shul.
Right.
So you see, now you know for sure he doesn't want you to daven because look, you can't get to shul. So you take that thought, you throw that thought out.
You're right. Yeah.
You take that thought out, and you say like this. The Yetzer Hara, he's selling someone like a thought like that. Yeah. So you say to him like this: look, in this storm, you made it out to come to give me this cuckoo thought.
Yeah.
So I know you're full of baloney, because you made it out. Today you're telling me I can't do what I have to do?
Yeah.
You understand? He himself, the Yetzer Hara is there working, he's wearing his suit, his tie, his all everything. And he comes to you, right? And he tells you shouldn't do this and this and that and the other thing, right? Yeah. You say to him, wait a second, you're a hypocrite. You're telling me I can't daven, I shouldn't do this, but you're out now.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. You have to.
That's the bechira. It's in our hand to guide our thought to think the right thing.
Right.
That we can do, but not the situation. Now, Ba'alkein ikar eitza hu pshitas utmimas, and therefore, Rav Nassan says the ikar eitza is tmimas upshitas. I go tamim tiem Hashem alekecha. Pshitas, simplicity. I don't need to go with all fancy things. In other words, I have to do what I have to do at this time. Whatever the circumstance I find myself in, I'm going to do the best and make the best of it with the circumstance that I'm in. I don't have to think, why am I in this situation? Why is this? Why is that? It's none of my business. Hashem knows what I have to go through. He knows the nisyonis that I need. He puts me in special things that Hashem knows that I need. Habashkacha prat is what I need. Hashem, and it's none of my business. Hashem knows. Hashem wants the best for me. And Hashem knows what I need. He puts me in these situations. And that's what I need to know. To push aside the person's thought. All the calculations that a person will make. Well, it must be like this. It must be like that. Hashem thinks like this. No. Put it away. Don't think about all these things. Just think, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it makes the world and it's olam chesed yabana. Hashem wants to do chesed with everybody. Hashem wants to help everybody. And even though I may not understand it, but this is really for my good. Biprat the Indian Taiva Roa Zois Sheyesh Bnei Adam Sheyesh Lahem Chakiras Ve'inyanim V'rayonim Royim Miyoi Binyan HaMiyos Hazeh. People have thoughts of immorality and different things, these crazy things that come in people's minds. Ki nidbak ruach shtus v'shigyon mamish b'machshavtam. They have a ruach shtus. The Gemara says that a person won't come to do an avera unless im came by ruach shtus. The Gemara says that. Chazal teaches that. There's a ruach shtus, a shtus that comes into the person's head to confuse him, to balbel him. So that way he lets his guard down and he starts thinking what it is. And that's what runs the wrong way. That's what leads us to the wrong thing, Until they think what they're thinking because, hey, what am I supposed to do? This is what came in my mind. What should I do about it? That's what the people think.
Push it out.
And why did it come to me? What is this? What do I? Exactly. You have to follow the derech of the tzaddikim. That's the way to do it. And you have to understand the teachings, especially this teaching. This teaching here, that the thought is the control of the thought is in our hands.
Right.
We can do what we have to do. Now Rabbi Nachman says in Lakutei Eitzes, he says like this, an amazing thing. If a person has a thought that they're thinking about, and they don't want to think about it, so he says, what does a regular person do? He tries not to think about it.
Yeah.
But he says if you do that, it's the thought will get stronger.
Oh, yeah,
it's going to get stronger, the thing. So what do you do? He says very simple. You change the thought.
Substitute something.
You change the thought. The person's thinking about something he shouldn't be thinking about. So then he thinks about, maybe now he'll think about a nice day going for a walk in the park. He'll think about sitting down and learning a Mishnayos. He was at a shiur. He'll think about that. He'll change the thought.
Right.
Not to try to stop thinking about it, because you try to stop thinking about it, it's going to get much stronger. So just change the thought. Make sense?
Yeah.
Rabbi Yaakov, you agree with that? You do. Baruch Hashem. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehakol niyeh b'volei.
Amen.
Rabbi Yaakov is a good tea. Very good. Thank you. Ki riboy hamachshavos afilu lebechina shashoilo. Right? Dahainu kidei levatel hataiva zois. All these things in order to be mevatel these taivas, the thoughts of immorality. Who gam came goyrim his garbus hataiva. Come because the taiva is getting stronger. It tries to get stronger. Come on, Jacob, say v'alav beis. Al tichnois im petuyach betoyen v'niton. V'ef shelevoya kol zeh b'ksav. So I'm not saying I really can't explain this to you, but this concept that I told you about, that in other words, you can't control necessarily the thought. But what you can do is you can try to switch it. You can try to exchange the thought for another thought. But to do it tmimas upshitas, not to think, so why Hashem are you giving me these? Why is you allowing these things to come into my mind? No, that's not my business. It's coming into my mind. Other farms say if a person's not careful when he washes his hands, right? He doesn't wash his hands right in the morning. So then that brings leads tumah on his hands. If he doesn't wash his hands right? You get up in the morning, you have to wash 3 and 3, right? 1. Now, if you don't do that, so Chazal tell us that there's a ruach tumah that's on the hand. So now the person sits down to eat something. He picks up his apple. So now he puts tumah, transfers the tumah onto the apple. Now he eats that. So now he's ingesting something that's stomach. Or because he didn't wash his hands correctly. So in other words, we'll want to know, and that's why the Rebbe says the most important thing is always to learn halacha. Right? The most important thing is the Jew has to learn halacha. Why? Because if you don't learn halacha, you don't know what to do. So how can you say I'm doing tshuva if I don't know what to do? So I'm always be doing the wrong thing. Right? Makes sense? So the first thing is to always learn a dvar halacha every single day. And we say that right? We say that every morning, right? Anyone that learns, studies halach every day is muftach leishel bin elam haba. Why should he be a ben elam haba? Why should he have a place in the world to come? Because if he knows what to do, if he knows what he should do, what he shouldn't do, so then l'maisa he'll be doing the right thing. But that's what we're saying here. So now, if a person he goes in the way of pshitas, right? In other words, he understands. Look, I had this thought. It could be I wasn't careful what I saw. It could be I wasn't careful with the way I cleaned my hands. I wasn't careful with different things. And maybe that's why it happened. Not that Hashem is trying to hurt me. It could be something I brought on myself. So I have to be more careful. Ki bevadei mi shekvar nitpas. If someone is typhus, he has a grasp on these things because he was doing this for many years and he realizes now he made a mistake, and he knows he shouldn't be doing these things. So now he shouldn't be miyayish himself. He shouldn't give up on himself. Chas v'sholom, and say, hey, I had these thoughts, and so what am I supposed to do? I'm done. This is who I am. I always thought this way. Of course, what? And how do you know that? Because we're learning now. But rather to cry out to Hashem. Hashem, I need help. Hashem, help me. Hashem, I need your help. Cry out to Hashem, I need your help. That's what his baita this is. You speak to Hashem, I have a problem, and Hashem, I need the help. Ulitvois machshavtei b'choleis lahashiva me'amkus desitrachar b'chol makai mayasha. To take us out of the way I was thinking, from the way I was in a low place of the sitrachar, and I take it and I bring it to a place of yasha, to straightness, right, correctly. The same way I see when I see the tzaddik and he's going to the way he eats, and I see the way he takes his wine, I see the way he davens and what he does. So I may not be on his level, but I want to follow and do things the way he does things.
It's inspirational.
Exactly. Ikar tshuva, and that's what tshuva is. We're in the middle of we're in Aseret Yemei Tshuva now. So what is tshuva? What is it? So we're gonna learn a little bit later Hilchas Tshuva from the Rambam. So the Rambam says that a person has to say Chatosi Avisi Pshati. He has to say I did these things, and then he has to be mefaresh what he did wrong. I did this and this wrong. I ate this I shouldn't. I saw this I shouldn't. I did whatever he did wrong. He has to speak it out, and he has to say V'kanva of lahaba. I don't want to do this thing ever again. He takes on himself that he won't do it again. And that's what tshuva is, according to the Rambam. Right? But to add one more thing, and beg Hashem, please help me. Hashem, please help me that I don't come to do this again. Not only that I don't want to do it, Hashem, I realize I need your help, Hashem, to guide me that I shouldn't come to do this again. You understand what the difference is? Okay. Shuv lasher imiku sara b'nei Yisrael, like the Navi Yeshaya says, to return to Hashem from the sorrow, from that wind that led us the wrong way. V'ksiv v'shachta, right? Seitim imiku, right? Imiku shichesu. V'ksiv basi mamake yamayim. I come to you, Hashem, from the depths of the water. I realize I'm drowning. I'm drowning in my sin. I'm drowning in these things. I need your help, Hashem. Get me out of this. But you realize that we need Hashem's guidance to get us out. We realize that we need the Rabbeinu Shalom to help us. And we realize that. And that's what the point of tshuva is, to realize it's all akol me'eis Hashem. Umi she'enai shab b'tshuva chas v'shalom. And he that doesn't choose, chas v'shalom, to do tshuva, all of them are oivrei be'emek habacha. He's going to go into the valley of doom. He's doomed if he's not going to make tshuva. Therefore, we have to make sure to have compassion on ourselves and to help our nefesh. Meaning shachas, live roich l'tzadikim, is to run to the ways of the tzadikim, and the ways of the tzadikim. And those that are tamim, those people that are tamim, and the nilva that follow in the ways of the tzaddikim. In order for us to get out of the mess. Because else a person has no way out. How's he going to get out? If he doesn't have guidance, when a person reads something and he doesn't have the guidance, he doesn't see, he's hanging around the people that are always doing the wrong things. So it's going to be very, very hard for him to have a change. But if he tries to change his crowd that he hangs out with, and he goes with be hanging out with good people that are doing the right thing, so then Mamela he'll be drawn to do the right thing as well. And then he'll understand the way of Tamimas and Pshitas. He'll think, because all the time he could have thought he's a great big knocker. He was doing everything right. He was good. He was the president of the shul. He was this and that and the other thing. Everything was great. But then he realizes, wait a second, the whole way I'm doing is all wrong. So then he understands now. He's now Tomim, and he's now the Pshitas, because he understands that he was running his life the whole way is wrong. But that's the beauty. Hashem loves that. That if a person lets his ego down. Because in other words, it's very hard for a person to say that all these years I was doing the wrong thing. Right? It's very, very hard. That's why a Baal Tshuva is such a precious thing to Hashem. Because a person is doing the wrong thing for all these years. And all of a sudden he says, he stops. And now I'm going to do the right thing. So Hashem says, wow, despite all of those things you did wrong, you're coming back to me? How precious that is to Hashem. Then a person can sanctify his thoughts and he'll do the right thing again. And that's what the whole Ikka Kedusha of Rosh Hashanah, like we were learning about Rosh Hashanah before Rosh Hashanah. Then what? That the whole idea of Rosh Hashanah is we have to put down all of our thoughts of the whole year, the things that we thought that were important, the things that we thought that we needed, and we put it all away, and we go into that sleep of all of the things that we were doing. And then the shofar comes, and the shofar wakes us up to realize what I really have to do, and what the right thing is to do, to set our mind straight again. And that's what our whole tzaka, the whole screaming of Rosh Hashanah is kedei liskos lekadesh hamachshava, in order to be mekadesh the machshava, to fix up our thoughts. And that's the whole thing with the shofar. Comes to blow us up, to wake us, which is uru yesheinim mishinaskem. Wake up those that are sleeping, spiritually sleeping. They can be physically awake, but they're spiritually sleeping. And that's what the shofar helps us. Now, we say Shir, we start Rosh Hashanah, we start saying the Shir Amalis Mimamakim right after Yishtabach, right? Is that right?
Yeah, sure.
Right, they do that even in Ashkenaz, right?
Oh, sure.
They do that everywhere.
Not in Soloveitchik City.
What do you mean?
We didn't say after Yishtabach, we didn't say Shir Hamalas.
You did?
No.
Yeah, a few
Not-
places
not-
didn't. The Jewish Heritage doesn't say it.
Okay. You should stay away from those places.
It's a bit.
Hamas. Shir Amalis Mimamakim, a capital Tehillim, they can't forgive people to say. They can't forgive people to say a capital Tehillim. Wow.
Don't stop you.
Wow.
They just
Wow.
Put it in there.
Anyway, okay, let's go. Okay. Mimama Kim Daika, from the depths. Mimama Kim Karasich Hashem. I'm calling out for you from the depths of my soul. Ki mikol mine amokim tzrichen rak l'tzayach likroi la'Hashem k'dei liskos l'darkei apshitas tmimas. This is not going to come easy. These ideas that we're learning to change our thoughts, the way we were thinking, we're not going to just be able to do it on our own. We need the guidance from Hashem. So that's why we're crying out, Mimama Kim Kadasicha Hashem. I'm crying out to you, Hashem. I need your help. I need your help. And that's how I get the Kedushas HaMachshava. My mind gets to be purified when I realize I have to cry out to the HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ki yesh asara amokim oimek toiv. Let's go back. Here we go. V'oimek ra. There's a depth of good and a depth of bad. Right? We have to constantly call out to Hashem, I want to do more good. I want to do more. And if Chas V'Shalom, the person's in bed, he has to cry out to Hashem, I want to get out of the bed. So if a person has the right thoughts, he's thinking the right way, and he starts thinking how great Hashem is, and then he has to know where to draw the line with that as well. He can't start thinking too much about the way Hashem runs things. He has to understand Hashem is the Melech al Kol Haaretz. Hashem is Melech al Kol Haaretz, and Hashem does what He has to do. But why Hashem is doing what He's doing, and to try to figure these things out, which some people try to do, they wind up going off the derech. You don't do that. To be guided right, to know that Hashem is the Melech al Kol Haaretz, HaMelech HaKadosh, right? HaMelech HaMishpat, right? We understand that Hashem is the King. That's what we're talking about this whole time, right? HaMelech HaKadosh, HaMelech HaMishpat, right? But not to try to figure out why Hashem is doing this, and why is He doing that. That's not for me to figure out. We don't do that. I don't go past my border, my boundary where I could think of. I understand that Hashem's the King, and it stops there. I can't understand the way Hashem does things, because I'm finite and Hashem is infinite. What does anything finite have to do with anything infinite? Does it make sense? How can I understand something that's infinite if I'm finite? And because some people try to do that, they go Mashiach. And even someone that has the right thoughts, and he guides them, and he does and he keeps them in check the way he's supposed to. He has to always call out to HaKadosh Baruch Hu to keep him going the right way. To keep him going the right way, not to think that, I'm such a good guy, I'm doing the right thing. We don't know. The Chazal say a person shouldn't believe in themselves ad yom ma'aseh, because we don't know what the thoughts are where a person may go, right? So in other words, even a person is doing the right thing, it's talking to him also, keep begging Hashem that I keep doing the right thing. Right, yeah. Hashem is to come up to a higher level. You're only going to get this right and keep the machshavas right if you go in the derech of tamimus and pshitas. You have to think all the time, I don't know. And you don't try, you hear something good, you don't think, I think it's like this, and I don't know if that's correct, because I think this is the right way. Yeah. I think this. Yeah, but maybe I've been thinking wrong all this time. So in other words, if you come to hear something new, so your person has to put all his thoughts on aside, and to be able to listen. Because if the cup is full, it can't accept anything. Yeah. But if the cup is empty, the cup can accept. You can accept, right? Okay. Because if you're always ready to listen and you're ready to accept it, the pshitas, not with these great thoughts, and the person starts to contemplate. It has to be betmimus of pshitas, simplicity. Simple to listen to it. He cries out to Hashem, I really don't know Hashem. Guide me, Hashem. It's not that I don't know. I know Hashem, I don't know. Guide me the right way, Hashem. As the Rebbe taught so many times, then that's someone that really knows. Someone that really knows, he has to come to Hashem that I don't know. Yeah. But now someone that really doesn't know, he really doesn't know. Mikolsa came Mishem is Gaber Olav Oimek Ra Chas Shalom, and so certainly someone that the Rishis is coming attacking him all the time. How much so he has to cry out Mimamakim from the depths. He has to cry to HaKadosh Baruch Hu to save him, to protect him. From the depths, I'm crying out to you, Hashem. In order to get that crookedness of the sitra acher that stuck inside of him, right? Seitim amiku, right? Canal v'zel b'chinas mi beten shol shivati. As Yoina said, we're going to read Parshas Yoina, right? We're going to read after Yoina on Yom Kipper. Mi beten she'ol shivati. He cried out to Hashem from the belly of the whale.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Hanema some Torah. Okay, so there bechinas tzafu mayim al roishi amati nigzarti karasi shimcha Hashem mi bar tachtiyas. If I find that the water is coming over my head, there's a gezerah from Hashem, I have to cry out to our Kadosh Baruch Hu. And through that, a person will to realize, to get for himself all the time the derech hatmimus subshitas shel tzaddikim is to connect ourselves to the tzaddikim. Shayideze ikar hatikin liskais l'chol toiv. Amen. And that's how a person will come to the kol toiv. Kol tuv, like we say the person kol tuv.
Yeah,
Where does that come from? The kol tuv is when we realize that we have to go with derech hapshitas and we follow the derech of the tzaddikim, and that's the most important thing. And the same way, I have to connect myself to the tzaddikim. I have to connect myself to those that are connected to the tzaddikim. If I can't get to the tzaddik myself, I have to connect myself to those that are connected to the tzaddik. And by doing that, I can go in the derech hapshitas to guide my thoughts, to always think the right thing. And in Mirz Hashem, we should always think the right thing, and with that we should have a Gemara Chasim Taiva.
Amen.
Okay.